Was Turbo Teen one of the dumbest cartoons ever put on television? Or was it one of the most misunderstood cartoons? Let's dig into the forgotten cartoon series, Turbo Teen.
It's Monique.
Wake up Saturday morning, grab that bowl of cereal, drop into that lazy boy, and click that remote. The TV hums and buzzes as screen brightens the room. Still rainbows of color fill the screen and sounds of fun fill the air. It's only 7 a.m. but you got 4 more hours of fun. It's time for Saturday morning cartoons until noon. Until noon, shut the kids in the hill. Do you remember that talking shark? How about the T-bone turned into a car? Did you get lost in space with the cartoon Dr. Smith? Did you cry when Gary Coleman played a kid hero angel? Let's all remember those cartoons we forgot on this new episode of Forgotten Cartoons.
In 1982, young boys were turning on primetime television each week to make sure they didn't miss the latest episode of a TV show about a cool guy and his even cooler talking car. That show was Knight Rider, and it made David Hasselhoff a household name almost overnight. Kids loved the show, but they mostly watched it for Kit, the smart-ass talking car. But watching a car wasn't all kids were doing. They were playing with cars, and I'm not talking about those boring die-cast Hot Wheel cars.
Tired of losing battle after battle in the sky, the Autobots create the ultimate robot jet, Jetfire.
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Kids of this time period, they were playing with robots that could turn into a car. And soon, these robots could transform into airplanes, trucks, and even guns. It seems like everything was transforming from a robot into something. Cartoon production company Ruby Spears knew that if they could take the love kids were having with Transformer toys and the thrill kids were having of watching a talking car and make it into a cartoon, they would have a massive hit on their hands. The show they came up with was Turbo Teen, and it would tell the story of teenager Brett Matthews, who after a car wreck during a thunderstorm crashes into a secret government laboratory. This causes him and his car to become fused together. Sure, Brett might look like your average high school teenager, but when exposed to the extreme heat, he would transform into his car. That was until he was exposed to extreme cold, where he would turn back into a teen boy. And if you ask me, the whole thing looked very painful. And it's clear they were trying to copy the look of the Kit Knight Rider car as much as they could without getting sued. As the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility. So Brett would use his newfound powers for good. I mean, I'm not really sure what the power is. He turned into a car. Other than driving his friends somewhere, I don't really understand the powers he had, but let's act like he did. He would get the help of his girlfriend, the lovely Patty, a freelance reporter. That's right, this teenager was dating a freelance reporter. Also around for the fun was his best friend Alex, who gave Brett a cool nickname, TT, due to the 2 T's at the end of his name, Brett. Also there for help was Brett's faithful, trusting dog, Rusty. The team would come together to fight a slew of typical cartoon villains, from a mad scientist, to evil inventors, to high-tech thieves, kidnappers, and corporate organizations. Along the way, Brett would dream of finding a cure for his crazy superpower. I don't know if it's a superpower, he just turns into a car. Anyway, finding the cure wouldn't be easy, because as he's solving all these crimes, there's a mysterious evil villain on his heels, Dark Rider. He's always one step ahead of the game. Dark Rider will stop at nothing to capture Turbo Teen and to find out more about his powers. So who was Dark Rider? A little was ever revealed about him, and even less was seen. He wears a black helmet to hide his face. His full body is covered by a motorcycle outfit. There's little hints to his identity. But why does he want Brent's power so bad? And what power is it besides turning into a car? Did the Dark Rider want to find out how this teen boy transformed into a car so he could make an army of teen boys that could turn into cars? What was his motivation? The show never got a chance to really give us that answer, as it was canceled after only 13 episodes. However, fan theories have gone on for years about Dark Rider. Many theorize that he was once a rogue scientist who worked at the lab that Brett crashed into. Or maybe he was a failed test subject and somehow morphed into his own car. And the wildest theory of them all, Dark Rider was Brett himself from the future. He had become mad as he became more one with his own car. I mean, it's clear watching this series that Dark Rider knows an awful lot about Brett, things that most people wouldn't know about him. Also, as bad as Dark Rider is, he never actually tries to kill Brett, he just wants to capture him. Maybe as Brett gets older, he mutates more into his car, losing his humanity. Maybe he plans to go back in time to capture young Brett to find a cure before it's too late. Who thought a cartoon about a teen turning into a car could go so deep? Now, this cartoon was forgotten almost as fast as it was canceled. Some fans would discover the show a few years later, as it would appear during the block of cartoons on the USA Network during USA Cartoon Express. If you ask me, I think it's time to bring back Turbo Teen. Well, I guess now it will be called Turbo Teen Middle-Aged Man. And maybe we can finally find out who the Dark Rider is. And maybe, just maybe, we can see Brett finally free himself from the burden from turning into a generic car from the early 80s. And we can also get a lurking question that I've had ever since I saw the show back in 1984. Does Brett have to pay car insurance? Or will life insurance cover it all? And if he does have to buy car insurance, does he have to get full coverage? Maybe one day these answers will be answered, but I doubt it. But that's a look at the forgotten cartoon series, Turbo Teen.
For a lineup of fun starting out at 3 on Monday afternoons, it's Raj, Dwayne, and Rerun on What's Happening. Then, just around the bend, it's that unpredictable Gary Coleman and Different Strokes.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.